forgot to tell my story. So, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you why I stopped going to Gypsy Coffee House. So I was I'm a local artist. I do things, and I had these events, and they were at the Gypsy Coffee House, and it was every Tuesday or something like that, or something like it was like Wednesday or whatever. I would set up a projector, speakers, free popcorn, and what else? I just try to make it very movie, right? So I would do this. I put on 3 events a month. I did it for a whole year, and on the first day, or the first literally first event coming up, I went to the Gypsy House to check up on my advertising stand. I built this advertising stand, which is, I think, still at the Hunt Club. And I just doesn't get sidetracked, which also I lost some movie seats at Hunt Club. I think somebody took it or something. I don't know. But anyways, besides the point, I had this advertising stand there, and I was working on it, and I had to go meet a friend who had a thumb drive for me. And so I went to go meet my friend, picked up the thumb drive, came back to the Gypsy Coffee House. And so here's the part that got really crazy, okay? While I was out meeting my friend, getting my thumb drive, apparently somebody had made complaints at the coffee shop that all the parking spots were taken. Okay, a lot of people complain all the time. They're like, "Oh, I bet somebody's here who isn't here," which I think a lot of people know not to park there. I mean, you know what I mean? It's very it's like 1 car, 2 cars, maybe at most. The thing was, I was a customer, and I could prove it because I had paid for a hot chocolate, and there's the receipt, right? And so I was a paid customer on top of just being there fixing my ad stand. Like, I was fixing my ad stand, I took a break, ordered a hot chocolate. So that there proves that I'm a customer, right? But you have these musicians coming in, playing, right? And they have people come watch them, and they can't find parking, so they complain. Oh, I can't find parking, blah, blah. So while I literally stepped out 15 minutes, I don't even know how long. It was probably less than that, because I was on the phone talking to my friend. I was going to meet him, pick up my thumb drive, and I had to go outside a Gypsy to make my phone call because I felt uncomfortable making a phone call there. And I just went outside so I wouldn't be a bother to anybody, and I could talk loudly and talk to my friend. And I was like, "Hey, where are you?" And all that bullshit. So I go out on the phone, apparently at that exact moment that I stepped out, there was complaints that the people couldn't find parking. A manager went out, took note of every single license plate number and car, every one of them, including mine, and then he took count of everybody that was present. Okay, that must have taken, a good 15, 20 minutes, you would say? Here's the thing. I come back. I start fixing my ad stand. I put my thumb drive in there. I had to upload some new images. Perfect. It's running perfectly. I sit back down. I had a little spot. It was still open. I took it back, and I was finishing my hot chocolate, right? So, but I noticed something different. There was a shift because there was a tow truck out there. There was a complete shift in the energy. There was a tow truck out there, and I was like, okay, I guess somebody. And they were towing a car. They were putting a Cadillac on the tow truck, and I was like, oh yeah, you get them. I was even agreeing with them, yeah, people who aren't here and park here should get towed. And I was with them, saying the same thing, right in front of this manager. So they're towing it, and I just ask him, because I have this feeling. I get feelings. I go, "Hey, you're not going to tow my truck, are you? My car?" He's like, No, you're here. I was like, "Okay, cool." And for some reason, I was like, okay, that's enough for me to feel safe and comfortable. But still, I had a feeling like something's off. I go sit down, and I'm enjoying my hot chocolate and just watching the musicians. I'm really having a good time. And I noticed that, another tow truck comes in, or yeah, and it's like he starts lining up closer to my car, and I go up to the guy again. I go, "Are you sure they're not gonna tow my car?" I was like, "No, no." You're like, "You're here, you're good." And so yeah, so I went back and sat down, just to enjoy the musicians, and the manager walks out. He's just checking on things, and I walk out there with him and have a little conversation, like, "So what's going on? Like, what's happening?" He's like, "Yeah, just he explains to me, like, some people park here and they're not really here, and we tow their cars if they're not here." I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it. Okay." And so I go back in, and I'm sitting there like an idiot because I feel like I'm safe, right? I'm here. I paid for hot chocolate earlier. I had to step out for just a second for a phone call and pick up the USB drive, come back, you know, and lo and behold, I'm just sitting there like an idiot, and they're putting my car on top of the tow truck. But I just happen, again, a feeling, right? I'm not even near a window, nowhere. I have a feeling something's off. So I get back up again because it's not comfortable. And I go back and I just look out and I go, whoa, what? Whoa. I run out there and I'm like, whoa. Like, what's going on here? Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, what are you doing? To kick my car down? What the fuck are you doing? And like, he's like, yeah, I was told to tow this truck. And I was like, whoa, okay. I was like, there's a misunderstanding here. Can you pause for a second? The tow truck driver doesn't pause. He hasn't had the car up yet. He's intelligent because let me tell you the part. He's very sneaky. He got me because he has some rules, some bullshit, and he just put his foot down on that rule, which is bullshit. But anyways, I go back in. I'm like, yo, I go in like pissed. I'm like, you need to come here right now with me outside. We need to have a conversation. I'm pissed. Okay. I'm exactly what I just said was pretty much what I said in that same attitude. He's like, okay, like, what's going on? I go, look, you told me my car wasn't getting towed. You said there was nothing going on. And lo and behold, that guy put my car on his truck, on his tow truck. Like, what's going on? Can you stop him? He goes, oh, okay. Like, there must have been, I'm so sorry. Like, let's go take care of it. Okay, great. He's on my side. He gets it. And he's on my side. He gets it. He saw me. I even bought the hot chocolate from him. He remembers me that I bought the hot chocolate from him because I was there from earlier. He remembers seeing me working on the ad stand. He remembers seeing me because I was around like all fucking day. I step out for fucking 15 minutes. Granted, it could have been extended to 25. I don't know. But it was a short time. It wasn't like I was gone forever. I come back, and this is what I have to deal with. So, by the time the manager gets, because it took him a long ass time to get out there. It wasn't like, oh, let's go. He was like, okay, give me a second. And then he went back there and just disappeared for a while, and I had to like fucking wait. And finally he comes out. But by the time we come out, the car is on top of the tow truck. It's done. He took it. He's done. He's ready to go. And the guy's like, whoa, stop. And the fucking the tow driver tells me, oh, we have this rule, like if it goes up on the tow truck, it's up, you got to pay the fine. I'm like, motherfucker, what don't you understand about English that this whole thing was a misunderstanding? And then you fucking me over like this is just making it worse. You have some rule that now I have to pay the fine to put the car down? Go fuck yourself. You, through some misunderstanding, and we told you to stop, and you didn't. You continue to do the tow service when we told you to stop and hold on. So this motherfucker knew what he was doing. He was getting a payday. He fucking, as soon as he could, put my car on his tow truck because he knows about the rules that I guess nobody else knows. And it's fucking, how am I supposed to force this guy to now put my car down? It's impossible. He's a fucking fat ass who's just sitting there like, argh. And so I have to deal with that bullshit now. And this tow truck, I look at the guy, I look at the manager, I go, I asked the tow guy, he's like, how much is it? He's like, $200. I was like, motherfucker. I look at the manager, I go, this is your responsibility. I was here. You fucking did this to me. Now you pay for this shit. That motherfucker ran in there like a fucking coward, like this. It took him no time to be like on my side. And as soon as that popped in, he was like, oh, he fucking shat his pants and ran away like a little fucking girl. And he hid in there. He hid in there because I went in there several times looking in for him. And I was like, hey, can somebody help me? Hello? And you know what they did? They told their boss that I was cussing them out, which wasn't true. I was not cussing them out. I was yelling for help. I was like, help me, like literally yelling at them, help me. And they told the guy who owns the place that I cussed them out. Those liars, those fucking cowards, fucking bullshitters. Anyways, I have to run back out there because the motherfucker's hiding. I go out there because the truck driver's fucking leaving the parking lot. He's fucking leaving with my car. He doesn't stop. He doesn't understand the meaning of hold on. So I have to run literally in front of this tow truck to stop him. He's like, get out of the way. I'm like, no, motherfucker. You dropped my car right now. This whole thing has been a misunderstanding and nobody doesn't seem to understand the word stop. Hold on. So you are... Sir, I'm going to stand here until I get my car. The trucker's like, I'm going to call the police. I'm like, do it. I'm calling it right now, asshole. I literally was. I was like, I'll beat you to it because this is all fucked up. And I called the cops and he was calling the cops. I was like, look, there's a tow truck. There's a misunderstanding. I could prove I was there. I have a receipt. The cops didn't give a shit when they got there. They didn't care about the receipt. They didn't care to go in the store to have a conversation to see what happened. They didn't do their fucking jobs. You suck. Anyways, you guys just ran me over just like how the tow truck was trying to run me over. But I was there. I was like, there's the tow truck. And I'm like, you ain't fucking going anywhere. And the cops are right there. It's like, you got to move. And I was like, hold on. This guy's not taking my truck. You don't understand what's happening. You need to calm down, sir. How am I going to be calm? I'm getting fucked every single which direction till today till Sunday, and everybody seems to not understand what the fuck is going on. You just want to keep driving over me, literally. I had to be a literal metaphor to stand right there and stand my ground, which I did. I fucking stood my ground between this tow truck and the police, and I was going between the tow truck and the police, and the motherfucker decided it would be smart to go in reverse. And I was like, you're going in reverse? Guess what? I'm going to go walk around and stand there, motherfucker. And the cops are like, all right, can you just like come over here and talk to us? I was like, no, he's literally trying to leave with my car, and you guys aren't doing shit. You're not doing your jobs. And I was pissing off the cop. He's like, dude, you're really starting to piss me off. I was like, oh, really? You're starting to get pissed off? What do you think I am? I was really talking to the cop just like that. And the truck driver put in forward. So I had to run back to the front and be like, you're not fucking leaving. What part of English do you not understand? You're not leaving with my car, you douchebag. At that point, the cop is like, look, what, the guy's like, what does he have to do to get his car now? He's like, he's got to pay a fine. He's like, you got to pay a fine. He's like, I'm not paying the fucking fine. It should have never happened in the first place. He's like, okay, either I arrest you or you pay the fine or something. I was like, okay, motherfuckers, this is literally mafia. You're literally taking the man's money out of his fucking pocket, literally like forcing me to pay this motherfucker money. You're all motherfuckers. All of you motherfuckers part of a system that's fucked up. You don't give a shit. That's the problem. You don't give a shit for truth and for reality and for justice. You fucking don't. You just want to railroad everybody and just move on and move on. That's not going to happen. Not with me. Oh, no. So I was like, all right, motherfuckers, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. So I fucking paid for it, you know, and they put the car down. And when they put the car down, this is the funniest part, because they didn't know I paid for it. Anyways, they put the car down, and I go, that's right, you motherfuckers. You put the car. I was like demanding everybody. I put myself in the power of authority. I was like, you cops, get the fuck out of here. That's right. You put the car down and get the fuck out of here, and you motherfuckers can go eat it. That's exactly what I did. I fucking took my car, and all the stupid musicians just standing there, not even helping, they're just like, I'm a musician, look at me, I'm an idiot, right? All assholes in my book. They did absolutely nothing. They helped hide the little manager who was a fucking coward, shitting in his pants, and you know what? I still won, bastards! I still won! You couldn't knock me down. You couldn't take my car, you fucking losers. You fucking losers. You tried to knock me down, and I fought back, and I knocked your sorry asses down. That's what I fucking did. You try to fucking rip me down? You bastards. You bastards. You're not going to get one over me. You're not going to get one over me. Okay? You're not going to do it. Money, I don't give a shit. It comes and goes. Whatever. I could care less. If it meant getting the car down, great. But it was wrong. It was wrong that I was forced to pay for that shit. That had nothing to do with anything, that I didn't do anything wrong. Nothing wrong. And then they lied to say I went in there and cussed everybody out. Not true. I was yelling for fucking help, and I only cussed them out when I pretty much left, because there were bastards just looking at me like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's fucking idiots. Are you so fucking cowards, clueless? You got no fucking spines? Maybe that's why you're musicians. You want to hide behind your fucking guitar and go, I can sing. Barely sing. You're so shy. You call that being a musician? Go fuck yourselves. Go learn something. Go learn something about life. You know what I'm saying? You try to fuck me over, you fucking cowards. You immature little fucking pricks. Yeah, I'm cussing the shit out of you now because I can. Shit. Shit biscuit. You know what happened? I went back to Gypsy, didn't say anything, was very cool, very polite, and kept doing my screenings for a year. After that little incident, I carried on, never said anything bad, never did anything bad. I carried on, did my screenings for a whole year until there was issues once again. They did the same shit, but different, but this time they really got me out. They really did a good job of getting me out, but you still didn't beat me. You still didn't beat me because I still was able to do amazing shit, like have my painting on a fucking museum for $10,000, having my movie screened, winning Best Actor, debuting on stage. What else did I do? Sold out paint sips. This is all in 4 months, by the way. I did all that shit in 4 months, and you think you want to fucking destroy me? Think again, you bastards. Think again. And I've done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong to you guys. Nothing. Nothing. And I tipped all your coffee baristas very well. Very well. Very well. And you fucking just throw me out like a whole year I spent. I even overlooked the bullshit that happened to me in the fucking first day. And then you want to pull this bullshit on me and get me fucking, oh, we don't want him anymore because of all the rumors and all. Fuck you. Fuck you, Gypsy House. You fucking douchebags of douchebags upon douchebags of douchebags. The mother lode of fucking douchebaggery of douchebag. If you want to support that douchebag, then continue shopping there, continue supporting their fucking losers. No, they're not all losers. Actually, some of them are really good. But stupid those little idiots who want to be famous and I'm a musician, they can go fuck themselves. They're idiots. They don't help anybody in society. They're self-centered. They can go fuck themselves, okay? All idiots, okay? You're all idiots. Not all of them. There's really good musicians that go through there. Actually, a lot of talented people go through there. So to say that they're all idiots is a little unfair. But that little niche of people who just fucking act like idiots did absolutely nothing to help me. Nothing to help me out. They didn't go, what's going on here? Like, what the hell happened? Nothing. They just wanted to see me sink. They're like, let's watch this motherfucker sink to the ground. We're going to have a nice time watching it. And it didn't happen, you motherfuckers. It didn't happen. And that is my free speech. It doesn't make me violent. Assholes. You can take that coffee and shove it you know where. Don't drink it. Just shove it up your assholes. You might as well. Anytime I see anybody drinking coffee from Gypsy, I see a butthole drinking shit. Because that's what you're drinking. You're drinking pure shit out of that place. You're supporting shit bags. You're supporting shit. Do whatever you want. Go there. I don't give a shit. But me, I ain't never stepping foot on that fucking pile of shit ever again in my life. Ever again in my fucking life. Ever again. Never, ever again am I stepping foot on that piece of garbage of a shit place. Ever. I had friends there I had to lose. I lost a lot of good friends because of fucking douchebags. Because of all those fucking douchers. That George Gonzalez is part of that whole douchery. They're all part of the same douchery system, you know? What up, Jared? You know, sometimes you just gotta let it out. You gotta let it out, you know? And I have a specific channel just for that. At least I don't go out to the grocery stores and attack people and do, you know? This is my rant channel. You're gonna get a spectacle. You know? You're gonna get angry. You're gonna get sweet. You're gonna get funny. You're gonna get sad. You're gonna get all of it. So don't confuse me as just some angry person, because that's not how it is. The only time you ever see me getting angry is literally on YouTube. So it's part of the entertainment, folks. This is purely for entertainment. I hope you had fun. But that story is true. That's a true story. That shit really did happen to me. And that's why I don't go to Gypsy ever. I don't step foot there because it feels like stepping on shit. It smells like shit to me. It looks like shit, you know? Like, it's just, you know. You like my fangs? I'm not a vampire. I just have crooked teeth. You know, my teeth right there, that's crooked. It's like crooked forward. And I mean, I do have canine teeth, I guess, but they makes it look bigger because that one's crooked and that one's crooked. So no, I'm not a vampire, in case you're wondering. Or am I? No, I'm really not. Just, okay, one thing you know about me, I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay, I'm going to tell you my truth always. I'm here telling you the truth. I'm never gonna. Actually, there's one fake UFO video I made, but it was for funny, you know, it was to make fun of people like, oh, UFO, you know. But naturally, I'll always be. I made this whole channel to be truthful, to be authentic, to be truthful, and to be that in the world, you know. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to have a, you know, I really don't have a message either. I'm just me. I get out here, I do a spiel, and then I continue my day, which is what is my day? My day is just hanging around and watching my parents struggle. No, I help them out, but they're older, so they struggle a lot. I laugh now. In the moment, of course, it's not funny, but for instance, I'll just say one little thing. Like somebody wants to fix something, but they don't have the right approach because, let's just say, they're a little bit too tired to make a plan, have the right tools, and really approach a project in a way, let's just say a youthful way. It's more of a, that's good enough. but it's it you know, it's just causing a lot of disorder, but at the same time, I don't know. Let old people do their shit, you know? Let them have fun. You know, I think that's okay. I can fix it later. Yo, yeah, Logan. Yeah, I remember you. How you doing, buddy? Bubba. What kind of projects are you working on? Well, if you really want to know, let me think about it for a second. There's quite a bit of things. It's all in the arts, literature, right? I'm writing a book. The book is a collection of dialogues I had with filmmakers, festival runners, producers, actors, like here in the local Tulsa area, and not just anybody, like people who with serious experience, time behind them, you know, 20 plus years, that kind of thing, right? Some newbies, you know, and then some people, like people who've worked on projects, like for example, Hank Bird was part of a screenwriting project that Mel Gibson and 50 Cent worked on. He didn't know that was going to happen, but sometimes the industry is like that. You get a job as a writer, you do the project, and you don't know what's going to happen next. You hope that the producers do a good job that hired you, and so they cast it and all this, and when you realize, oh shit, he fucking casted Mel Gibson. That's a big surprise. I'm sure it was a big surprise for Hank Bird. I bet he was like, holy fuck, and 50 Cent. I'm sure he was like, damn. That's big. That's a good career opener. It definitely. I think for me, it put him on the map more, for sure. Uh, I don't know, as far as being famous or anything, probably not. But as far as a solid writer and having that reputation, he's definitely earned it. It's great. This other guy I got to talk to, Kyle Kawiki Harris. He's a Native American filmmaker that is truly unstoppable. This guy is a general. This guy is a tour de force to be reckoned with. Very talented in his own right. I've watched him grow from all the projects he did to where he is today. Is amazing. It was actually a great honor, I guess, to have a chance to talk to all of these people and have these dialogues. Anyway, so that's one. The other thing I'm doing, you asked, I don't know. The other thing I'm doing is paintings. I'm painting 2 celebrities here coming up this month. I paint celebrities. I do that. I also do. I make my own independent movies and stuff. So I've done a couple of really shitty documentaries on my own, called Volume 1 and Volume 2. I did it during the COVID time where everybody's doing something. So this is what I did. I made a collection of all my short films, and I interviewed myself in a garage with no microphone and a fucking fire detector with dead batteries going beep beep every 3 minutes. That was my documentary about that. Me and with a white backdrop and some lights I put in the garage. But it's good. It's good because once you get past the technical, it's actually good. It's actually there's something there to see. The things I produce, the shorts, and I'm not just saying that because I'm saying it. I've had people tell me that, so I'm going off of people have told me that it's good. They like it. I'm sure for some people, it may not be their cup of tea. It may not be your cup of tea. It may not be your cup of tea. That's understandable. There's a high level, a high standard of expectation when it comes to bringing entertainment to people, which is why the pros do it. And me, who I guess you can say I'm trying to be a pro. I've been training. I train all the time. I take acting classes all the time. I do theater. I do all the time. Never stop. But you recognize when you're not there. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm very close. Very close. Very close. Maybe it's just like 5 years away from actually potentially really breaking in and having a career in acting. I kid you not. That's how I feel about it. And I know YouTube's going to help with that. I have no doubt. But anyways, I got the film festivals that I do. What is your opinion about the growing acknowledgement of AI-generated stories and books? You perform. I have done Shakespeare, but I was never the lead. I was always like a small character with a few lines, and Shakespeare is not my favorite. I've actually read almost everything he's written, and performed in a few, but it's not my favorite. It's just so boring. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. It's so. It is. It's like it's almost your job as an entertainer to make Shakespeare not boring. That is a real. It's not getting the only people that care are schools. Outside of that, nobody cares about Shakespeare. Crazy maybe? I don't know. He wasn't he in the military for a minute? And then he man, some people respond to trauma in different ways. All that out somehow, all the trauma he went through, he had all the darkness in him. He just had to keep spewing it out. Military, yeah. I find that really interesting. There's actually a movie with Christian Bale on Netflix where we get a little snippet of what it could have been like. Obviously totally fictionalized, but it's a cool movie. I'm not sure what it's called though, but it's Christian Bale, and it's like Edgar Allan Poe is in it, and he's who is your favorite writer? There's a screenwriter that comes to mind. One in particular, Bill Marsali. He's a screenwriter. You may not know, have heard of him. He wrote Deja Vu, the movie Deja Vu starring Denzel Washington. He is my absolute favorite writer. Second to him is Paul Gibb, who wrote Liar Liar, the movie Liar Liar starring Jim Carrey. Most people have authors as favorite, but I have screenwriters as favorite writers. Yeah, Bill Marsali, and I guess I have two, and Paul Gay. Those are my two favorite writers. But yeah, I told my story now, so that's why I never stepped foot at Gypsy, because they literally tried to fuck me over once, and then they really fucked me over. So nice. Who's your favorite? Do you have a favorite author or a favorite book? Something? Do you have anything? I mean, yeah, I'm curious. You must have one if you're asking me. Yeah, I'm super curious now. Who's your favorite writer, or who are your favorite writers, or whatever? But I have many. Yeah. See, it's tough. It's tough just to pin one down. I mean, I can go into fiction books, and I have a few that are some of my favorites. But if I had to pick the best, it'd probably be the screenwriters, you know. But yeah, it's hard to say who you like the best, right? Well, you know, we live in a day where there's so many artists. It's okay to have multiple favorites, you know. It's just there's just so many artists creating content, and naturally you're going to have a lot of favorites, you know. Writers, musicians, directors, actors, you know. But anyways, yeah. I came back on to tell my story because I didn't do it the first time. But yeah, so I told my story, and you know, it's funny. I made the owner a little painting, and it's still in there. It's still in the Gypsy Coffee House. I have a painting still at the Gypsy Coffee House. So I think that's kind of funny. To go lunchtime. You know what I'm saying? Do some chow down. Who's watched? Anybody watch Happy Gilmore 2? Anybody watch Happy Gilmore 2? It's like my favorite movie right now. Anybody? Napoleon Hill. Ooh, smart man. Are you a man or a woman? Sorry, I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't tell from the name because YouTube, all names could be fake on YouTube. So I'm assuming you're a guy. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. But yeah. Napoleon Hill, awesome. Sylvia Plath, yeah, good. I like Sylvia Plath. Shirley Jackson. Can you fill in on Shirley Jackson, please? I don't know who that is. Or is it? No, I'm thinking about somebody else. Yeah, nice. Stephen King. Yeah. I mean, who doesn't like Stephen King? The only reason you wouldn't like Stephen King is just probably because everybody likes him. But have you read his stuff or watched his movies? I mean, it's decent. It's pretty good. It's entertaining. It's good. Man, brother. Okay, good. My assumptions were right. I just didn't want to make an ass out of myself. Yeah, who's Shirley Jackson? Who's Shirley Jackson? You gotta fill me in. Shirley Jackson. I don't have my computer to Google Shirley Jackson. Who's Shirley Jackson? Shirley Jackson. I mean, I can always look it up later. I just don't know why that doesn't ring a bell to me. Yeah, it just doesn't ring a bell. I have shelves of books. Shelves upon shelves upon shelves. It's not super duper, but it's still pretty good. That's one side. And then there's this side. These are all books I've read, unless they're like this. I didn't read that. I just have those. I read all that. I read all that. I read all that. These books were really interesting right here. All these three books were really interesting. Film theory and criticism, which I bet nobody fucking reads, but I did. This is, yeah, it's just a little insight to the industry. So is this, pretty much. This is pretty good. I read these when I was like in middle school, I think. Yeah. This is a great book. I should reread that one. Same with The Habit. Some of these I gotta reread, I feel like. You know? I'll put that one back later. Well, and these over here. Most of these are fiction, looks like, yeah. But yeah, this is like good for, this is good for writing, the moral premise. One of the best books on, I think what this book did as far as writing goes, it just put everything all together in a nice knot for me. It was like the bow on everything I learned about writing. There's a lot to learn about. Jesus Christ, there is so much to learn about writing. It's insane. It is insane how much there is to learn about writing. And people who just jump in, want to be writers and never take a class, never read a book on it, don't even know what they're missing. Writing is like so extraordinarily deep, complex. There's so many mechanisms at play. And the reason why good writers never get writer's block is because they understand all these mechanisms. And so you have writer's block because you don't know what you're doing. A writer isn't, oh, I woke up one day and started writing. No, at least a professional writer. Professional writer is someone who understands all the little mechanisms and little nuances. Just like how a car engine would work, a writer's the same way. A story is just as complex as a car engine. Even more complex, perhaps. You know, and for people who go, oh, no, it's not. No, it is. You just don't want to look at it because it's too much. It's much easier to be like, oh, I'm just going to free write and not even worry about this and that and not even care. And I don't even know. It doesn't matter. Good for you. But the real artists, the real professionals who know what they're doing and can actually play with all the pieces and all the mechanisms, those are the true artists, the writers. Those are the real ones. The ones who don't know anything, even teachers who act like they want to teach you something, but they don't fucking know shit. And trust me, there's a lot of them. They barely know the minimum, you know, or they know something a lot about one area, but they don't know the rest, you know. It's quite, I don't know what the word is, trifling? I don't know. But I can tell you this much. In every table read I've been in, as far as, it's hard to explain, but when I do table reads, I also examine the script, right? That's the whole point, is you're there, you do the script, you've examined it, and you give your feedback. The reason why my feedback is usually the best is because I understand a lot of the mechanisms and I see which pieces are missing. Sometimes screenwriters invite literature professors, professors in psychology, little things like that to get their professional expertise. What I found is that because I took the time to understand the mechanisms, which includes psychology of the characters, believe it or not, that's part of the mechanisms. Understanding their through line, understanding how realistic situations happen because of their psychology, right? It all comes back to that. And what I find is most writers don't see that, don't understand that, how to make character choices realistic because of the psychology makeup. You know, good writers take the time to write out their characters and to a point where they know them through and through. That's what pros do. They write out the characters, they plot out the structure of the story, so they understand the mechanisms and they see all the mechanisms. You know, and some people go, "Oh, it's bullshit." No, it's not bullshit. It's absolutely not bullshit. I am not bullshitting you. This shit gets complex, as much as complex as you allow it to, right? But here's the thing: when I'm usually the one who ties it all together for everybody. You know, the expert in literature or whatever English can tell you why it's wrong, but doesn't know why. Just can why. The person in psychology can also do the same thing. Can be like, I don't know why it's not quite right, but it's here and there. What I do is I go, here's why. I'm usually the only person in the room to tell you here's why and here's how to fix it. Because once you understand all the mechanisms at play, you see the errors, you see it all, and you know what can fix it. Just like looking at a car engine, you know, an expert mechanic spent time learning that engine, but the difference is, when it comes to writing, that engine is completely invisible. You have to be aware of it, and you have to see it, and you have to see how it's working, right? It's there on paper, but it's kind of invisible if you're not attuned to these things. So, you know, if you are attuned to these things, you see it. And so that's how I'm able to spot things in scripts and go, this part of this engine isn't working right, and here's why. This part of this engine is not working because of this other part that's malfunctioning. And so this whole part's not going to work unless you work this part first. And I can go on and on and on with scripts. You know, it's been a minute, but, you know, if I dive back into it, I'm sure it'll come back to me like riding a bicycle. But I'll tell you why, what's wrong. I won't just tell you I have like this seems wrong, this no. I'll tell you exactly why, from formatting, from the structure, from genre, audience expectations, entertainment expectations, subtext. There's just so much. Just negative, positive outcomes. There's just so much. Okay, there's so much. That's not even all of it. That's just barely scratching the surface of some of the mechanisms at play. You know, then you have the whole structure. You have all the different acts. You have all the plot twists. You have all the setups. You have, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot. There's a lot to look at. And writers who just want to go, oh, I just want to write. Dude, good luck. Good luck. You take one class and now you think you're a writer. No, you're a writer when you see what I see, when you see the engine. When you see the engine, that's when you're a writer. And most people who call themselves writers don't even want to look at the engine, want to pretend it doesn't exist, want to just go, no, my thing will just make sense. I'll just write it out in free, which in most cases, yeah, it can still work. But you don't know why, you know? And if it doesn't work, I can tell you why it doesn't work. You know? It's just like a car engine. It either has everything lined up and it works, or it doesn't. There's something off and it's not going to work. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's that simple. And I've never heard a teacher talk about this. I've never heard anybody except myself talk about this. You know, that's why I always feel like I sit in a fucking writer's room. It feels like a waste of time because nobody knows this in the classroom. Why am I going to sit in a room full of people who don't even know that? Who don't even want to accept that truth, you know? So no, I don't spend time with teachers and people who call themselves teachers. And no, I'm sure they know something. Like I said, everybody has something to teach you. But if they can't see, look at a story, read it, break it down to all its parts, like a car engine. If you can't do that, don't tell me you're a writer. Do not tell me you're a writer. You're not a writer. You're not a writer. You're not. You're not. Well, maybe you're a writer, but you're not a pro. You're not a pro, is what I'm saying. Well, my friend, so is mine, actually. But my phone's about to die. But anyways, that's my spiel. I'm done. I've read the books. I've done the work. That's why I get to see the engine and why other people don't see the engine. I did the work. I read the books. I've sat with pros. I walk the walk. I get to talk the talk because I walk the walk. You know what I'm saying? But I still have to be put up to the test. I still haven't sold a script. But it's on my list of things to do. I still do a lot of shit that I do. I just do paint, I do films, I do, but I've never sold a script. That's on my things to do. That's gonna really solidify me as I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And sometimes people look at you crazy when you don't accomplish the thing you talk about, like, oh, who's this guy? He doesn't have real validation. I get it. But trust me, I know what I'm talking about. And there's still some things I need to learn, right? A few things here and there. But once I learn those things, it'll be easy for me to walk through that door because of everything I already know. It'll be very easy. Anyways, everybody have a great day. I'm just going off the cusp here. Going off the cusp. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day. I got to tell my story, and now I'm peace out. So see y'all laters. See